Coming up, a 16-year-old Valdosta teen is charged with murder.
And we have an update on the military jet crash landing in Eccles County.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Brittany Penland.
And I'm Melanie Jackson. On Sunday, 16-year-old Kevin Johnson was arrested and charged as an adult for the murder of Valdosta teen. Now, Chief Brian Childress of Valdosta Police Department has released a statement begging parents to sit down and do a better job of talking to their kids. As we told you yesterday, 17-year-old Solomon Lee was found with multiple gun wounds on the corner of South Oak Street and Kitchen Lane at around 1:23 a.m. Lee was transported to SGMC where he was pronounced deceased. Johnson has been charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, possession of firearm during commission of a crime, and possession of a firearm under the age of 18.
U.S. Marines and airmen are still searching for wreckage of the F-18 fighter jet that went down late Saturday afternoon. The jet was traveling from the Beaufort, North Carolina Marine Air Station during a training exercise when 2 airmen ejected from the aircraft. The pilot and co-pilot were released yesterday from SGMC after minor injuries. Law enforcement are using canoes and john boats to search for the jets, which is understood to be in multiple pieces.
On Sunday, a strong armed robbery in Valdosta took place on East Jane Street. 20-year-old Kayla Cook was robbed of over $200 of personal items. The alleged thief took Cook's Georgia license, wallet, iPhone, and cash. There has been no arrest and the case is still under investigation.
Plans have been unveiled for a new building for Valdosta High School. The city school system plans to build the school if voters pass a referendum for a new education tax called eSplost. Early voting for the eSplost project is currently happening until March 13th, with the official election day March 17th. A public input session will occur on March 5th at 7 p.m. in the Valdosta Middle School cafeteria. Local citizens are welcome to attend.
Azalea Health will host Valdosta's second annual hackathon this Saturday. The hackathon will connect and recruit local talent while also creating new and innovative applications for participants. This event is for enrolled students who have an interest in computer science, engineering, or computer design. Monetary awards will be presented by Azalea's Health to the first, second, and third place winners. You can catch this event on VSU's campus.
A nationally recognized speaker is visiting Valdosta and local business leaders are making plans to attend. Reporter Noelani Matthews has more on this story.
Local business leaders will be packing themselves into Wiregrass, Georgia Technical College for the 9th annual Gathering of the Eagles Business and Leadership Symposium. With this year's theme, leaders will learn how to speak the language by nationally recognized keynote speaker Patty Wood.
I'm here in front of Brooks Hall Conference Center where the event will be taking place this Thursday. In my hand is a ticket that you can print off after registering online. What a ticket might like this cost, you're probably asking, is roughly around $200. This is going to include breakfast, lunch, the contact information of all the business leaders attending, Patty Wood's book, Snap, and all work material.
This full-day event's purpose is to help businesses and industries build a culture that satisfies both its customers and its employees.
The people that come get so much out of it. It's a full day of learning and growing. It grows the individual person, but it also helps grow the company.
Not only does this provide a valuable service to local businesses, but according to Krantz, all ticket fees go directly towards Wiregrass. Every cent of these funds will be used to help students in need pay for the books and supplies they need to finish their degree.
Wiregrass Georgia Technical College is workforce development, not just creating leaders through our programs for new hires, but also for people that are already leaders in the community.
For News Valdosta, I'm Noelani Matthews.
When we come back, Valdosta State University's Theater and Dance Department presents Summer and Smoke.
And later, the American Red Cross stresses the importance of smoke-alarmed batteries.
What's happening, guys? Kip Moore here. I just wanted to say I cannot wait to get back home to play my old stomping grounds, Valdosta State. We promise to tear apart the PE complex April 11th. See y'all there.
Everybody raise your glass. Pick it up and throw it back. Grab a hold of your honey.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Valdosta State Theater and Dance Department has been working hard performing their new show, Summer and Smoke. The Valdosta State University's Theater and Dance Department will conclude its run of Summer and Smoke tomorrow night. The play tells the story of a minister's daughter who falls in love with a young doctor. The show by Tennessee Williams holds a special place in American theater history. Tickets are now on sale at the VSU Theater and Dance box office for the final 2 performances tonight and tomorrow night.
At the Valdosta Lowndes County Tourism Authority this morning, members discussed Senate Bill 63. This bill would allow beer manufacturers to make a limit retail beer sales on location, allowing brew pubs and tasting rooms to sell limited amounts directly to the public.
South Georgia Medical Center's Health Information Management Release Desk is moving from its current location, 4280 North Valdosta Road, to the SGMC Smith Northview campus starting on March 2nd. Hospital officials say relocating this service will allow for a greatly improved release of information office, including more privacy and easier access for patients needing medical records. All records will now be at the SGMC Smith Northview campus.
Valdosta State University is exhibiting the work of an influential expressionist painter. I have more on this story. The Fine Arts Gallery at VSU will be exhibiting the work of Carl Zerbe until March 6th. Linda Van Beck has made it one of her life goals to make sure that his work is seen. Carl Zerbe was an expressionist painter who hails from Germany. In 1932, one of his pieces was acquired by the Nazis and destroyed as degenerate art, causing him to flee for the States. He became very intrigued with civil rights and began expressing his feelings about it through art. Zerbe settled in Tallahassee, Florida, where he taught and then later died. One of his former students, Linda Van Beck, found his messages too important to just leave behind.
I wasn't getting anywhere with them just being stored at Lemoyne. And once I saw these, it was something I believed in. It's not necessarily work you want to live with. And I think the other was that I had never seen any art that really affected me about civil rights, about people's spirit.
How can you not be interested in such an important moment in our history? But to see somebody responding so powerfully to what was happening right in front of him, to really, you can tell how much this affected him, how much he cared. It just really, in a way for us to understand it rather than just news and facts.
His art is able to touch people in other ways as well.
I see a lot of interesting connections to some of the painters that I was really interested in when I was younger and in college. So the fact that he didn't know any of these artists was really interesting to me because I saw a lot of those connections in previous artists that I really admire and like. So it's really easy for me to connect with some of the pieces right away.
Van Beck has promised to continue showing Zerbe's work for as long as she possibly can. For News Valdosta, I'm Melanie Rose Jackson.
Do you know how important it is to change the smoke alarm batteries in your home? Changing them could save your life. The American Red Cross is teaming up with volunteers and fire departments to install and change batteries on smoke alarms around the Valdosta Lowndes community. The goal of this project is to reduce deaths and injuries from home fires by 24% by October 2019. To get involved with the campaign or to make a donation, you can visit the American Red Cross website.
Over 4,300 pre-K through 5th grade students participated in a field trip to Raising Cane during October and December of last year, making them eligible to enter in the organization's artwork contest. The winners of the contest from Lowndes County schools include pre-K kindergartner Jordan Jackson, 1st grader Gabriella Mays, 3rd grader Sierra Ponder, and 5th grader Emily Rowe. These students and their teachers were recognized and awards were printed for the kids.
When we come back, Casey Gordon will tell us about our local weather, so stay with us.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on the sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
Get your ass suit. You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move. Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got...
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Casey Gordon. Casey, what's the forecast?
Today has been a wet one with a 100% chance of rain, so make sure to grab an umbrella when you go outside this evening. Our high topped out at 55 degrees. The wind blew in southeast at 3 miles per hour. The humidity was high at 97%. Tonight we will see a decrease in rain with a small 20% chance. The temperature will be bottomed out at 44 degrees. The sun will be setting at 6:28 this afternoon. So if you're driving, remember to turn on your headlights. Tomorrow will be a little warmer with a high at 57 and a low of 45. There will also be an 80% chance of rain for the rest of the afternoon. Today's UV index is set at a low 2. So not much for sun for your Tuesday, but if you still think you may need sunscreen, an SPF of 10 should do just fine. The pollen count has been at low mid 4.5. Make sure to take the proper steps tomorrow if you need to help limit your allergies. That's what I have for today. Even if it's gloomy outside, always try to make your day a bright one. Don't forget to turn on those windshield wipers. Back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Casey. When we come back, Kenny Murphy will bring us more with our local sports, so stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child. Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer. Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
I got my MBA online at VSU. As a working mom who travels on business, I needed an MBA program that fit my schedule and allowed me to balance both my work and home life. VSU's Web MBA was perfect. I was able to spend time with my family in the evenings and then complete my assignments. My MBA is one of my greatest accomplishments. It was hard work, but I would do it again in a heartbeat. Don't wait. Start your MBA today.
Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Kenny Murphy for our local sports. Kenny?
The Vikings basketball season has come to an end. Norcross defeated Lowndes 102-59 in the second round of the state playoffs. Senior guard Octavius Fudge and senior forward Jeremiah Davis led the team in scoring, with Fudge scoring 13 points and Davis scoring 10 points. Even though the team didn't win it all this season, they will be looking forward to getting the job done next year. It is getting close to springtime, so that means it's time for baseball season. At Valwood High School, the team has had a couple scrimmage games against different schools. They will be having 2 more scrimmage games this Friday and Saturday. The team is preparing to have a great season. The first game will be March 3rd at 6:30 at Browning Field, so be sure to go out and watch this year's team. Baseball season has just began for the Lowndes High Vikings. The team is looking for a great season this year. News Valdosta reporter Brittany Penland has more.
Lowndes High School's baseball team is off to a great start this season. The Vikings won their first 3 games of the season. Last season didn't end the way the team had hoped, but the Vikings are working hard to improve this season.
Since school started, we've been doing our 2-on-1s, and so they're really looking forward to this season.
The Vikings have 9 returning seniors who are working hard to build strong team leadership in order to lead the team to victory this season.
The team chemistry is great. It's like a brotherhood. It's a lot better than last year. We're just really coming together as a team and playing together. When we get each other up, good or bad, we'll always be there for each other. We're having a lot of fun. We got some areas we can be adjusted in, but for the most part, we're doing pretty good.
The Vikings are hoping to continue to win each game as the season unfolds. The team will face the Ware County Gators on home field tonight at 5:30.
Today, the Valdosta High School Wildcats baseball team will be taking on the undefeated Glen Academy Terrors. The game will be at home at 6 p.m. The Wildcats are currently also undefeated with a 2-0 record. So far this season, the Wildcats are averaging 8 runs per game, and the Terrors are averaging 7 runs per game. So if you don't have any plans for tonight, then make sure to go out and support your Wildcats. That's all I have for sports today, so back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Kenny.
Don't go away. Find out how you can celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday. Stay with us.
I love learning.
I believe in service.
I am full of passion.
I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why I chose.
I chose Division II.
That's slow. That's slow. Look, he's blushing.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
One of the most loved American authors has a birthday coming up, Dr. Seuss. The Honors House of Valdosta State University will host a Dr. Seuss-themed reading day from 3:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Monday, March 2nd. Children of all ages are invited to stop by and help celebrate Read Across America Day and Dr. Seuss's birthday. Admission is free of charge and open to the general public. Along with the 5 awesomely themed, there are also fun games and snacks.
Valdosta is wrapping up Black History Month with the 3rd annual African American Artists Festival with Sankofa. The festival celebrates innovative art produced by African Americans in our community. The African American Museum on Wheels will be at VSU's University Center on February 27th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and February 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Singers, dancers, artists, writers, poets are welcome. Vendors, community churches, fraternities, and sororities are welcome to set up displays as well. For more information, contact Valdosta State Student Life.
Valdosta's elderly community continues to thrive. Here, News Valdosta reporter Marcus Hill with more about our Senior Citizen Center.
Valdosta Senior Citizen Center is a recreational center where Valdosta's elderly can come in and partake in fun activities. This place is proof that you can still live a great life after retirement. The members who are a part of the Senior Citizen Center love it. They go there every day to spend time with their friends and the nice staff members. They don't live at the center, but they spend most of their time there because of the different activities and because they are surrounded by people who care for them. The staff members love working at the center just as much as the members love being there. Their everyday interactions with the members are what keeps them coming back.
Some of my fondest, funnest times are with people that are 50 and above. They know how to have a good time. I've become friends with a lot of the seniors that are here in this program. I really, really love working with this population.
Okay, I'll be back.
Activities include exercising at the gym, swimming, wood carving, arts and crafts, internet searching, pool, bingo, billiards, and playing cards.
Well, we play bingo. That's number one. And then we talk and we meet people and we just have a good time down here. It's a nice place to come to. There's no cussing, no drinking, and no smoking. We just have a good time down here. The food's good and fellowship's good. Everything's good.
The Senior Center also provides free blood pressure screenings and free tax information for its members. The Senior Center definitely takes care of its people. I am Marcus Hill with News Valdosta.
That's it for our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Melanie Jackson.
And I'm Brittany Pinland. We'll see you again tomorrow.